What's up, everybody? Welcome back and happy Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas. And they're in the description to this video on the Facebook and the YouTube. You can see all their pages on Facebook. So today we do have that winter storm now in effect for the Rocky Mountains, in Colorado, in parts of New Mexico, also creeping into the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma. So we're going to go over all the snow, mixed precip, ice, etc. that we're expecting from that. Then getting into the south. Once that whole system tracks off to the east, will it cause heavy rain? Spoiler alert, yeah. Will it cause storms? That's a lot more uncertain. We're getting into the whole setup. And then finally, ending the show here with the third costliest storm of 2023. I'm going to give you guys a hint. It's from a hailstorm in Colorado. So if you guys remember the date, drop it in the comments, and we'll get to that at the end of the show here. So before we get into our weather, come see us at the Roofing Process Conference. Guys, Justin is still there at booth 26. And that's going to last through today. So if you guys want to get out to the Rosen Center in Orlando, if you haven't yet, go check out the Roofing Process Conference and say hey to Justin. And we have a really cool booth, so go ahead and take a look at that too. It's all pretty neat. Now getting to today. All right, I added some storm reports to our map here because we do in fact have some reports of winter weather. Got about 1.5 inches reported here in southern Colorado, as well as a lot of ice reports now coming in around the Colby-Goodland area of Kansas with all that freezing rain that's moving through. So far, through that area, just some slick roads here and there, but if you have any, commutes in the middle of the day, this is, kind of pushing all of that freezing precip up into that area, making travel difficult already. Then we got rain in parts of Oklahoma and Texas, and lots of snow along I-25. That pattern's going to continue into today and tomorrow, so nothing expected to get better quite yet. And all of that is from this low pressure system that we're watching for once it moves into the south and the southeast. There it is through the desert southwest right now. Once it tracks out to the east, all this rain, once that hits the Gulf, where we have a little bit of instability and heat left, there could be a potential for storms. Right now it's very low, and that's why it's so conditional. We're updating you on the day-to-day. But we'll have to see how strong this low pressure system stays as it tracks into the Gulf. Now, if just for right now, we got mid-50s for Atlanta, upper 50s in Houston, lots of 40s and 50s through the south right now. A little bit chillier once you're up north in this other low pressure system area here. And then sitting right above freezing in Denver, potential to see that continue to drop as that low continues to push towards you, and then those snow chances will pick up. So, speaking of snow, if you're in the purple, that's a winter weather advisory for you, winter storm warning in the pink. For that advisory, it's going to be for that mixed precip, wet snow, you got some ice possible. Winter storm warning now is for very heavy snow. Depending on what elevation you're at, you could get anywhere between 1/2 foot and 16 inches of snow. But if you're in Texas and Oklahoma, a little bit less, predictably. All right, now we're working with anywhere from like 1 to 6 inches of snow here. Higher totals as you move further west, all right? So the line between like Dalhart, I forget the city up in the panhandle, but kind of just west of Dalhart, closer to that 6-inch line, and the further east into Texas and Oklahoma you get, the less snow you get. But again, got lots of mixed winter precip going on right now and some heavy snow in the mix. So definitely worthy of the name winter storm warning as this continues to progress. Here we are by 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. Got lots of snow along I-25 moving up towards Denver, and there is a possibility that you guys will see some freezing rain during that transition from rain to snow. So again, slick roads with that, continuing to see freezing rain out through the high plains here, and then just a ton of snow from like Colorado Springs through Trinidad, down into Las Vegas and Santa Fe potentially, and then rain for the south. But those snow accumulations will be building in by tonight through tomorrow as that low pressure system just continues to steam away and bring all of that winter weather into the Front Range and the high plains through your Thursday afternoon. So for snow accumulations from today into 5 p.m. Mountain Time, not terrible for I-25, got like 2 to 4 inches, so it definitely will be noticeable, but nothing nearing like double digits quite yet. Now we're waiting from 6 p.m. today into noon tomorrow, and then midnight on Friday morning, now we've got quite a bit more accumulations, particularly on the south end of I-25 here once you're moving towards Las Vegas. Could get 10 to 12 inches of snow and upwards of that depending on where you're at. And then now we're moving off into the plains as well with a potential for some snow accumulations. So for Colorado Springs, Taos, and Santa Fe, here's what one model is showing for you guys for your snowfall into the next 48 hours. From now into 5 p.m. Mountain Time, maybe like ½ an inch for Colorado Springs, around an inch for Santa Fe, not much for Taos quite yet. And then, once the evening goes on, progresses into Thursday afternoon, by noon Mountain Time, now we've got over a couple inches in all 3 cities and continuing to see accumulation slowly build into Friday, but overall a few inches across the board, again, along those I-25 cities. So, ice-wise, that's what we have for snow. Ice-wise, it's going to kind of linger off in parts of western Kansas and eastern Colorado here. This is your chance of seeing at least 1/10 of an inch of snow. A lot of us seeing trace amounts, so it's not going to show up on this map. Just a little glaze, but a little glaze is enough to make your commute a nightmare. So just be aware of that. If you're not in this graphic, still potential to see just a little bit of ice through like Colby, where it's already being reported, through parts of southern Kansas as well. But we could see some higher accumulations here around the Scott City area, where we're continuing to see that rain band, or the freezing rain band, move over you guys with this system. So roofing wise, it's on, spoiler alert, it's kind of a no-go out there with all that winter weather happening. But if you're down in the southeast, by the end of the day today should be pretty nice. And again, enjoy today and potentially parts of tomorrow before this rain band moves through and potentially inhibits your work from getting done. And then, up through the Ohio Valley and the Rocky Mountain West, a little chilly, but overall not too bad in terms of wind and precip. Now into tomorrow by noon, now we got more rain tracking into central Texas and trying to make a run at Oklahoma, but still clear for now out in the southeast before we see all that pushing into the area. So, speaking of, here goes that low pressure system. And again, it's going to depend a lot on intensity of the system and also how much instability we get out of the Gulf. And right now it's December, it's super conditional, but we're keeping an eye on that as it tracks into this area. There it is by Friday afternoon. And again, we're going to have rain out ahead of that, super cold conditions in the middle of that low. So expect that rain tracking off to the east of this dip in our jet stream. And then we'll see what we can get on Saturday afternoon in this area right ahead of that low pressure system. Does it stay stronger? We do see a little bit of intensification possible towards the end of the weekend here in the Gulf, and that could spit some storms up over Florida and parts of the Gulf as we go. So showing you guys Florida here and the south and southeast as well. There we are by, again, this afternoon and evening, more snow for the Rocky Mountains. And then as all that tracks east, potential rain hitting Amarillo, Lubbock, parts of central Oklahoma and Texas into Friday. And then once it really tracks off to the east, now we're seeing more rain getting pulled up out of the Gulf, and there you go into Florida as well with possible intensification of that low pressure system. And then we're watching potential for at least heavy rain, possible severe storms on the weekend. So 72-hour rainfall totals for you guys not in that winter weather. Amarillo and Lubbock could get some pretty heavy rain into today and tomorrow. There you are by Friday afternoon, seeing that all move into the Oklahoma City, Dallas area, and then a little bit further eastward into the Mississippi Valley. Miami getting hit yet again with more of that heavy rain. Potential to see, over 5 inches. In this model's even spitting out over 6 inches of rain, depending on where all that water gets spit up onto the Florida peninsula. So there's something to look forward to into your Saturday if you're in southern Florida. So that's kind of all that crazy weather that one low pressure system is bringing into the area. And again, we'll let you know what it does as it creeps towards the southeast. For now, enjoy the snow in Colorado. Speaking of Colorado, you guys remember June 21st in particular, and then all the way through the 26th, we had a low pressure system setting up, and it just rocked the high plains and parts of the Texas Panhandle, Front Range, with some large hail. You can see all of those swaths there really centering on the Denver, Colorado Springs area with a lot of large hail. But we did see some through Lubbock, through parts of the far west Texas panhandle, and all the way up into Nebraska, further east. Lots of folks seeing large hail, so let's talk about it a little bit. Again, low pressure system was creeping over the western U.S., and it was just kind of lingering in the same area, spitting out all these shortwave troughs, and we had a ton of instability pushing right up to the Front Range. So once you get that low pressure system cold front interacting with all that instability, you see storms go up. That's exactly what happened, and kind of stayed in that position for a few days in Colorado. So got lots of large hail hitting the Front Range and the Denver and Colorado Springs metro. Saw a couple of days of that large hail, and not only Colorado was getting hit, 4.5-inch hail was reported in Lubbock, Texas, and that's some Texas-sized hail, right? Lots of us seeing some pretty large hail from this system before it gradually progressed off to the east. And then we saw tornadoes from Colorado all the way to Kentucky. We saw high winds, 70 to 90 miles an hour. There was even an 100-mile-an-hour gust in West Texas. But metro area-wise, 70 to 90 plus miles an hour in and around OKC, Houston, Denver, the Scottsbluff, Nebraska area. Lots of folks seeing very high winds. And then hail-wise, there's your stat there. Over 225,000 homes on this system hit by at least 2-inch hail. So again, very impactful for a lot of folks, broad range of folks hit by all modes of severe weather, but particularly Colorado during this time frame. The Front Range got hit really hard. Damage-wise, we jumped up from the $3 billion to $5 billion, from number 4 to number 3 on our top 10 here. So $5 billion now in damage from this storm system over the course of those few days as it progressed off to the east. And, you know, there were damages to vehicles, homes, businesses, agriculture, all sorts of stuff from all those severe risks. But particularly, again, a lot of people from Colorado are going to remember June 21st due to that Red Rocks amphitheater storm. Injured a lot of people just with the spontaneity of that large hail hitting a crowded concert. So very unfortunate with that. Hope to never see anything like that again. But again, lots of people from Colorado are going to remember that day. So here's some photos of the damage from that. This one's from Red Rocks Amphitheater. Pretty large hail, don't want to be stuck out in that. So that was the unfortunate nature of that storm. But got lots more across the U.S. This was in Kentucky here. That was in Breckenridge, Colorado, blowing out some windows. Nebraska here, damage to vehicles. And then, of course, our Texas-sized hail got a couple of baseball-sized stones there. So very strong system interacting with super high plains and Front Range instability. That'll do it for you. That pushes the system to number 3 on our top 10 severe storms, again, at $5 billion in damage. So that's what we have. And now we've only got 2 more to do. So stay tuned for tomorrow and Friday, and we'll work our way all the way up to the most damaging storm of 2023. If you guys want to follow our pages, you can get us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video, and smash that subscribe button everywhere else. And then if you want to get in contact with us, or if you're interested in purchasing a plan, go ahead and scan the QR code up above me. Click the link in the description to this video, and we'll get you hooked up with all of your severe weather mapping products and forensic reports. But if you have more questions about hail trace, give us a call at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com. Check out our website, hailtrace.com, for more details. Or, of course, I should say, always feel free to drop a comment in the videos if you guys have any weather questions, and we'll be happy to answer those for you. We'll be back tomorrow with more info on the rest of this week's system, number 2 in our countdown to the top 10 severe weather events, and we'll let you know what's going on. But for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.